There we go.
We'll call our council meeting to order. It's March the 24th, 2026, and we'd like to welcome all members here this evening. The only one missing from our meeting tonight is our CAO, Chris Frotton, who I believe is away on vacation, maybe, and well-deserved. And so I'd like to request that we start our meeting by rising for a moment of silence. I'll just remind everybody, if anybody does come, that our meeting is being live streamed tonight. Welcome to our live streaming audience tonight. And if anybody is present in the gallery, we just want people to know that by attending this meeting, they're consenting to their image, voice, and comments being recorded. And also want to remind everybody to conduct themselves in an orderly fashion if they do come and sit in the gallery tonight. We've never had any problems, and we don't envision it, but we have to state this disclaimer at the beginning of all of our meetings before we get underway. So at this time, we'll move into item number 2 on the agenda, and that is the approval of the agenda for tonight. Do we have a mover for tonight's agenda? Moved by Councillor McKinnon. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. The motion has been carried unanimously. Are there any declarations of conflict of interest tonight by any members? Hearing none, then we can move into the approval of the minutes of the regular council meeting held on February the 24th, 2026. The minutes have been circulated and we've all had a chance to peruse them or to read them. Would somebody be willing to make a motion that we approve the minutes? Moved by Councillor Nickerson. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor McKinnon. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. The motion has been carried unanimously. And this brings us into the report of the warden. So on March the 2nd, along with our CAO, Chris Frotton, I attended the Shelburne County Community Nova Scotia Health Stakeholders Group. That was virtually. And of course, that group was, or that meeting was held to discuss the ongoing needs and issues related to the delivery of healthcare services within the community and within the Tri-Counties. So that was a virtual meeting. On March the 7th, I attended, along with all of the rest of you, an all-day budget meeting for the municipality of Barrington, our first draft budget meeting. And then also on March the 7th, I, along with Samantha Kroll and several other museum stakeholders in our community, met with Nolan Young at his constituency office in Shelburne to bring our concerns forward with respect to the province's unilateral decision to shut down the old woolen mill. And our council also wrote a letter to the Premier strongly objecting to the impact of the budgetary cuts that will have an impact on tourism, local jobs, and our local industry, tourism industry. On March the 10th, 17th, and 24th, I attended our weekly Committee of the Whole meetings, along with the rest of council. And on March the 18th, I attended the Joint Police Advisory meeting at the Clarks Harbour Town Hall, along with Councillor McKinnon. And on March the 23rd, I also attended a virtual meeting of the NSFM Fall Conference Planning Committee. I was actually asked to sit on the planning committee for the NSFM Fall Conference and had a very meaningful time of engagement and planning for the fall conference that comes up in November. This coming week, to this Thursday, I will be attending a physician's appreciation reception that's at the Raw Grand Hotel, a banquet and celebration or a reception just to thank physicians, local physicians, for their dedicated service to our community. I know we have a number of physicians in our community who have served faithfully and for a very long time, for which I'm sure all of us are very thankful. Also, next Monday, I'm planning to attend the Roseway Hospital Charitable Foundation meeting in Shelburne as well. So that concludes my warden's report for this month. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll go to the report of councillors, and I'm going to start with Councillor Nickerson and go around. Councillor McKinnon is scheduled to read our motions coming out of committee, but she's still battling with a bit of a hoarse throat, so she has deferred to Deputy Warden Bazinet to read the motions coming out of committee the whole meeting. So I'll start with Councillor Nickerson, and we'll work our way around Councillor Jekyll, Councillor McKinnon, and then we'll wind up with Deputy Warden reading the resolutions coming out of committee. Councillor Nickerson.
On the 7th, I attended the budget meeting along with you guys, and 10th and 17th, the committee of the whole, the two committee of the wholes brings us to tonight. And we do have an audit meeting on April 1st. Other than that, I have been listening to constituency concerns. I would take it the same as you guys. So
potholes in Barrington.
Well, potholes everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potholes, and I hear it right across other places too. So other than that, that's it for me.
Thank you, Councillor Nickerson. Councillor Al Jekyll.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I did attend all the committee of the whole meeting as everybody else, and I did chair the meeting for the REMO of Shelburne County, and we did appoint coordinator for Shelburne County, and the name, I had his name written, but I forgot. But I will welcome him to our the team, and I know he will bring good information. He have good background service in the province and outside the province. So other than that, I mean, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jekyll. Councillor McKinnon, if you're able, if not, that's fine. You can just pass.
I'll just pass.
Okay, good. We'll go to Deputy Warden Bazinet if you want to share your report, and then proceed after that with the resolutions. That'd be great.
All right, on March 4th, I chaired the last meeting of the Medical Recruitment and Retention Committee, which will resume meeting as the Yarmouth and Area Medical Partnership, with a tentative first meeting date set for April 1st. So this will be the first meeting of the reconstituted group. On March 7th, I attended the all-day budget meeting along with my esteemed council members here. On March 18th, I attended the Shelburne County Leadership Meeting along, no, you were not there this time, with CAO Froughton. And interesting discussions centered on dog bylaws, which they are, the other units in the county are struggling with as well. And we discussed the draft terms of service for the Joint Services Board Exploration Committee. That committee does not yet have a first date to meet. This Thursday, I'll be attending the same physician appreciation gig at the Rod Brand Hotel that Warden Hatfield is. And on Thursday as well, I'll be chairing the Equity and Wellbeing Committee of NSFM. And I did attend both meetings of the Committee of the Whole. That. And now I'm reading this. All right. This is from Committee of the Whole Council meeting from March 10th, a request to do a traffic calming assessment on Lower McGray Avenue. It is recommended to Council that the municipality of Barrington send a letter detailing the perennial problem with speeding, burnouts, and stunting on Lower McGray Avenue, highlighting the specific nuisance and safety concerns around these activities for residents, pedestrians, and beachgoers, and requesting a full traffic calming assessment to be done on Lower McGray Avenue to ascertain if speed bumps can be installed, along with any other traffic calming measures determined necessary by managers and engineers with the Nova Scotia Department of Public Works.
We have a mover for this motion. Moved by Councillor McKinnon. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Any further discussion on this motion? This motion came forward. I put it forward because the residents in the Lower McGray Avenue area, that's the road just immediately across the causeway. It's a residential neighborhood. There's a high pedestrian level of traffic there. with beachgoers, and anybody that lives in that neighborhood knows that there's a perennial problem with noise and stunting and speeding, and it's a huge safety concern and noise concern, nuisance concern there really with noise and so on. So that's the purpose of this motion. Every time I've gone out campaigning, the residents in that neighborhood say, "Can't we get something done to try to calm the traffic in that area and to put in place some safety measures and some noise reduction as well?" Any further discussion on this motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. The motion has been carried unanimously. Deputy Warden Bazinet.
All right, paving of subdivision J-Class Street Agreement. It is recommended to council that the warden and CAO be authorized to sign cost share agreement number 2026-004.
Okay, do we have a mover for this motion?
So moved.
Moved by Deputy Warden Bazinet, seconded by Councillor McKinnon. Any further discussion on this motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. The motion has been carried unanimously.
It is recommended to council that a letter be sent to the Nova Scotia Department of Public Works regarding the poor condition of Highway 3 between the Oak Park Road intersection and 3714 Highway 3 in Barrington Passage, requesting that urgent maintenance or repaving be carried out immediately.
Do we have a mover for this motion?
So moved.
Moved by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Nicholson. Any further discussion on this motion? We've all had comments, whether it's been on Facebook or personal calls that we've received about the deplorable condition of the highway trunk 3 that goes through Barrington. And I was up there today going through, and there are some mammoth potholes. And so until the Department of Transportation or TIR acts, I guess we'll just have to use our steering wheels to try to avoid them as much as possible. But I know I'm getting widespread complaints, as are most of you. So any further discussion on this motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. The motion has been carried unanimously.
Committee of the Whole Council meeting, March 17, 2026. Letter from the municipality of the County of Antigonish regarding Nova Scotia Power's rate application. It is recommended to council to send a letter to Premier Tim Houston with copies to the NSFM, the Nova Scotia Energy Board, and all municipal units, requesting a 5-year freeze on power rates and call for the exploration of how the utility could return to public ownership.
We have a mover for this motion.
So moved.
Moved by Deputy Warden Bazinet, seconded by Councillor McKinnon. Any further discussion on this motion? Question being called. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. The motion has been carried unanimously. The next one is the dog bylaw revisitation or revision request.
Right. It is recommended to council that council review bylaw number 12, the dog bylaw.
Do we have a mover for this motion? Moved by Councillor Nicholson. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Any further discussion on this motion? Questions being called. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. The motion has been carried unanimously. And just for the sake of our viewing audience, we're just going back and revisiting our dog bylaw just to see if it may need to be strengthened. We've had a number of complaints across our municipality of and infractions actually where people have been bitten by dogs that have not been under the continuous control of their owner, which is what our bylaw states. So just a reminder to dog owners and anybody that might be listening that it's the bylaw of the municipality of Barrington is that your dog must be under your continuous control at all times. And we've had some people who have been injured or bitten as a result of dogs that have not been under the control of their owners. So we're revisiting the dog bylaw. We've also had some a tragic event that happened across the county that has prompted, I think, all municipal units really across Sheldon County to go back and to revisit the dog bylaw as well. So that's just a little background information on that motion. Deputy Warden Bazinet.
Options for sidewalk plow procurement. It is recommended to council to direct the CAO to include the acquisition of a new sidewalk plow in the 2026-2027 budget and to proceed with financing the purchase to balance budget impact with operational needs.
Do we have a mover for this motion? Moved by Councillor McKinnon. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Any further discussion on this procurement for sidewalk plow equipment? People have things to say, they're just not saying them.
Oh, I don't.
No, okay then. Question, ready for the question? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. That motion has also been carried unanimously, and I'd like to thank Deputy Warden Bazinet for standing in for Councillor McKinnon and reading the motions that have come out of our Committee of the Whole meetings this month. We'll move on to the staff report. I noticed that Mr. Frotton has attached a, whoops, what happened? He has, for some reason, my system failed. So there is a staff report that's been attached to tonight's agenda, and just a few of the highlights. The rec center. I know everybody's been asking about the rec center. It is progressing. There are things getting done there, but you know, not fast enough for any of us around the table, nor anyone in the community, because we were expecting an opening in the fall, and but the CAO has assured us that there has been movement on the site, and there's still some safety systems that need to be checked on, and some verifications regarding other inspections that are required. And so at this time, we can't really confirm any specific date to have an open house or a public opening or even the grand opening, because we've announced that before. And because of reasons that have been far beyond our control, we haven't been able to actually have an opening, a public opening. So we're just holding off until it's completely finished and we're ready to go. So hopefully that won't be too long into the future, but we're at the mercy of the contractor at this point and the subcontractors as well. There's also in the staff report, for anybody that may be a part of the viewing audience, we do have a customer complaint reporting system that's been put in place. A lot of people do go right to the municipal website, and if you have a concern or something that you see within the municipality that needs to be dealt with, you can actually file a complaint or a concern there, and staff will usually address that in an expeditious fashion after the complaint comes in. So if anybody wants to formally put forward a complaint or something that you see that needs to be done around the municipality that has not caught our eye, then please feel free to access that system for that purpose. Also, congratulations to the Barrington Leisure Park. There's a new washroom installed in the vicinity of the Barrington Leisure Park. The folks that have volunteered to put together the association there have done a wonderful job, and in partnership with the Barrington Municipal Council, as well as our Western Regional Enterprise Network. There's a new washroom there with solar panels and proper ventilation and interior lighting and the whole 9 yards. So hopefully people will take care of it and use it for the purpose that it's been put there, and it will enhance the park amenities there. So Mr. Frotton usually gives a staff report. I thought in his absence, I would make some sort of a half-hearted attempt to report on some of the things that he had put in writing. So does anybody have anything they want to add to the staff report or highlight that I've overlooked? Hearing nothing, that moves us right into the second reading of the bylaw with respect to improvement of the Barrington Lake Road. It's bylaw number 40. We did have some correspondence from our CAO, Mr. Frotton, on this. This is second reading, so this is the night that we would vote on this. We would probably entertain the opportunity for anybody to speak. If somebody appeared here tonight and wanted to speak to the amendments to the bylaw, we don't have anybody here to speak to it. We have received no reservations about the changes that have been proposed for this bylaw. So having heard no objections from the community or people in that vicinity of Barrington Lake Road, this is second reading, so I would entertain a motion that we adopt or accept the changes as they've been proposed. Do we have a mover for that?
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved by Deputy Warden Bazinet that we approve second reading for the amendments to bylaw number 40. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor McKinnon. Do we have any further discussion on the bylaw respecting the maintenance and improvement of Barrington Lake Road? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. That motion has been carried by unanimous vote. Other than that, all we have is some correspondence from the town of Digby expressing concern, their support, I guess, for concerns that have been raised by the Antigonish Coalition to End Poverty. I'm not sure that they're necessarily asking us to do anything. They've written a letter to the Premier saying that they are encouraging the government to carefully consider the concerns that they're detailing in this letter and to support vulnerable Nova Scotians. So is there any action that council wants to take with respect to the letter that we have under correspondence from the town of Digby? Hearing none, I will move on then to the province of Nova Scotia letter. That's with respect to the budget from Paul LaFlèche. Does anybody have any comments that they would like to make about this piece of correspondence? It's basically detailing some of the programs that have terminated as a result of the provincial budget, and it also, I think, extols the virtues of all the government has done to support municipalities over the past number of years. So is there any action that anybody around the table feels that we should take on this correspondence from the Deputy Minister of Municipal Affairs? Hearing no action, then that will conclude our meeting just in time. We have a tech support person here tonight. We want to thank Susie Pally-Atwood for being here to help us with our live streaming. And I want to thank our viewing audience for tuning in tonight. And we're all wishing that Mr. Fraughton has a good vacation. And thank you all for coming. And I think that essentially ends our business for tonight. And so therefore, I would like to announce that our meeting is adjourned for tonight. Take care.